helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better and growing stronger every day. Taking pride in Mobile, haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. There's a feeling of excitement. You can see it everywhere. The pride of our whole region is the heartbeat that we share. The heartbeat that we share. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are.
When you take a look around you, no matter where you stand, you see proud families, friends and neighbors sharing gifts and helping hands. We're people helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Heading south on the Pensacola Bay Bridge, there is an accident right at the foot of the bridge at Gulf Breeze Parkway, and it's about a 36-minute delay through the area. Also, we still have a gas leak reported on Beale Parkway. The area is closed from Comet to Hollywood Boulevard. Also, a crash in Niceville, Highway 20 at Alley Street. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now at newsradio710.com. The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Uncle Henry, this is James. Yesterday a fella called in, or rather left a voice message about Paradise being in Mobile, and then a guy called today and saying that Paradise was in Baldwin County. Well, I would like to put my 2 cents in on the subject. I would rather live in a shack in Mobile, Alabama, than I would an absolute mansion in Baldwin County. I think Mobile is the most wonderful place on earth. And that's my 2 cents, and you can keep the change.
Press message deleted. Press
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTF. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate you listening to this show. I really do. I need this job. I do. Once again, here we are together, me and you. Just the two of us here trying to figure out what is going on. What's going on? What's going on in this world? Watch what's going on in Washington. It just is just like a bunch of nuts running around here. But here we are, once again, me and you, had a Mobile City Council meeting today. I'm going to tell you about the Mobile City Council meeting. I've had all kind of stuff from the Mobile City Council meeting for you, so you'll know what is going on in your town if you happen to live in Mobile or do business with Mobile. Now, I'll give you a tease of what happened at the meeting. The city of Mobile actually showed up at the meeting. Yes, Mobile attended the meeting today and spoke at the meeting. And this is what Mobile had to say.
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
Mobile not happy? Yeah, why not? Why? Well, we'll find out. Why would Mobile not be happy?
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
He's not happy? Well, I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll get to this. We'll find out what is Mobile's problem. We'll get into this as the Uncle Henry Show unfolds. Now, you, of course, can jump in on the conversation at any point. I enjoy your phone calls because as I've explained over the years, I'm not paid by the word. So if you want to come in here and talk for 20, 30 minutes, save me some time, that's wonderful. I got to work on the grocery list anyway. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. A number of things was discussed at the Mobile City Council meeting today. I want to start with some positive stuff here. That the governor announced grant allocations, Go Mesa money, the Gulf of Mexico Energy Security Act money. This is offshore oil and gas revenue that gets distributed. And so the state government distributing some money. People like having money distributed around them. They do. Anytime I'm near a distribution of cash, I enjoy it. So here is Mayor Standy Simpson telling us about the oil and gas money. What is it going to be used for, the money that has been distributed to Mobile?
The first announcement has to do with this morning. Governor Ivey made her most recent announcement of Go Mesa grants. There was $7.5 million granted to the city of Mobile. $3.5 million of that will go toward building an access road into Brooklyn by the Bay Park. Which is a huge step forward because we've got to have the proper access to that park to be able to complete building it out. And it will be one of the keys to getting things done. So really, really appreciative of that. All
right, so $3.5 million to help build an access road to Brooklyn by the Bay. All right, so and there's other money coming from the city and other partners, according to a press release. I don't know who the other partners are, but it'll be a $10.5 million investment for a road so that you can get to Brooklyn by the Bay, the 90-acre waterfront park. And this will also support future industrial development adjacent at Brooklyn Aeroplex. Now, the mayor went on.
$4 million will be supporting the improvements along the downtown waterfront.
$4 million to improve Mobile's downtown waterfront.
To help and strengthen the infrastructure, extending the bulkhead. And when I say extending the bulkhead, that'll be extending it from the convention center going north into the area where the proposed hotel would be located just on the north side of the convention center. And also build a connecting boardwalk.
A connecting boardwalk will be built.
Coming south down into Cooper Riverside Park. I want to thank Governor Ivey and Commissioner Blankenship for their continued support of the major projects in Mobile. I'd remind you that several years ago, want to make sure I'm right, that Governor Ivey, probably in 2020, we're granting $16 million from Go Mesa for Brooklyn by the Bay, and then another 15.5 came from the State Economic Development Fund. So over the last several years, Governor Ivey has done an incredible job of directing funds to major projects in the city of Mobile.
She's done an incredible job giving us money.
And for that,
and then what she's done, when somebody's giving out money and they decide to give it to you, you think, you know what? That person's done an excellent job. Isn't that right? If somebody's in charge of distributing money and they give it to you, then you think, wow, you have done an incredible job. You have. Thank you for giving it to me. All right. What else did he say?
Will have benefits for generations to come. And so we're tremendously grateful for her continued interest in the city of Mobile.
All right. So, and this does sound, the idea that there will be a boardwalk built, according to the press release the city put out this morning, a boardwalk that will connect several city properties along the downtown waterfront. So many people on the Mobile side of the bay lament that they don't have as much waterfront access for fun like you do on the eastern shore. So more steps being made to make sure that if you want to get down to the waterfront in Mobile and enjoy that, you'll be able to do so. So there'll be a new boardwalk down there. So there's a lot more from the Mobile City Council meeting to tell you about. I still need to tell you about how Mobile came to the meeting.
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
All right. I don't know why. This was after we found out about the boardwalk and all this money. So we'll cover more from the Mobile City Council meeting and whatever else jumps into my head or comes through the phone line as the Uncle Henry Show proceeds forward here on News Radio 710 WNTM. But first, a break. Let's take the break.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Heading south on the Pensacola Bay Bridge, there is an accident right at the foot of the bridge at Gulf Breeze Parkway, and it's about a 36-minute delay through the area. Also, we still have a gas leak reported on Beale Parkway. The area is closed from...
YouTube viewers, thank you, YouTube viewers, for looking at the Uncle Henry Show. We have a small number of people looking in. I'd like to say hello to Bama Big Man, Excalibur One Force, Roll Tide to Steve Summersell. Thank you for the Roll Tide, Steve. Roll Tide back at you in a pleasant way. USA Nutrition, celebrating their 5th anniversary. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. Rick Henry. Rebecca Lockwood. Richard Harvey. Thank you all for looking in on the and all the other people that don't say anything in the chat. Thank you to you too. And I want to thank those of you that have subscribed to me on YouTube. I appreciate that. It does help. And I don't think it would bother you to subscribe to me. So if you feel charitable, please subscribe to the Uncle Henry Show on YouTube. Now, let's see. Becky Lockwood wanted to know what? About the other cities in Mobile and Baldwin County with the Go Mesa money. I have not looked at that, but I know that there was a... let me find out for you and for me. Let me look at the press release and find out where the other money went. Because Mobile got the $7.5 million or something. Okay, so Go Mesa project, Citronelle Youth Field Lighting Enhancement, $1,280,000 for lights in Citronelle. $2 million for Creola Public Safety Building. $350,000 for the Creola Wetlands acquisition, because we must protect the wetlands of Creola. $1.5 million for Silver Hills Oscar Johnson Park to be improved. $1.5 million for Foley's Nature Park to expand. Over $2 million for the Satsuma Gunnison Creek Kayak Boat Launch. $878,000 for Magnolia Springs restoration. $1.4 million for Dolphin Island multi-park access improvements. $1 million for the Loxley Youth Soccer Complex. And on and on. Now, let me see. I'm not going to read them all out because I don't want to fall asleep during the commercial break. Let me see. Chickasaw getting stormwater rehabilitation project, $2 million. $1.5 million for a Baldwin County Orange Beach Recycling Center. $3,600,000 for a Gulf Shores Waterway Village pedestrian park. Oh, and the administration of the Go Mesa, $398,000 just to administer over Go Mesa. All right, well, but they dribbled out money here and there. All right, I got to find some bumper music. I better hurry. I don't want some lousy classic rock garbage to play or something like that.
Quite as hot. Our daytime highs will be in the upper 80s, and we could see an isolated shower in the afternoon. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith at this iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is Uncle Henry, host of the Uncle Henry Show, just in case. I don't want you to be confused. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes from Fox 10 and Fox Radio National News. It is 5:20. Today, a Mobile City Council meeting. I'd like to thank the Mobile City Council for getting their meeting done in less than an hour. Excellent. Thank you very much. Less than an hour. Now, it could have been even shorter had the politicians not run their mouths. But it was less than an hour. They're making progress. They're making progress down there at City Hall. So what else can I tell you about? Now, I told you before that Mobile showed up at the meeting.
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
Now, why would Mobile not be happy with all this? We just heard about Go Mesa money coming in. We'll get to that in a little while. But the city council today, they voted. One of the things they did at their meeting was vote a new tax. Yes, they decided to vote a new tax on the citizens of the city of Mobile. Yeah, so anytime any of them are running for re-election, you can remember that, yes, once upon a time they did vote a tax in. This is on vaping. So if you're a vapor, if you like vaping, if you like inhaling the vape, whatever it is, the vape vapors, you're going to be taxed. You're going to be paying more for your vaping. Got to get that money. Here is a report. Fox 10 did this. I think it was last night. Shelby Myers of Fox 10 explaining why a bunch of municipalities around the state started doing last-minute, very quick taxes on vaping.
This is me. I am Mobile.
Hit the Mobile again. All right, she's not happy.
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
Now, this was before they voted to raise a tax on vapes. So it has nothing, Mobile probably even angrier after the vape tax. Here is Shelby Myers of Fox 10 explaining it.
It's a race against time. Cities and towns in Alabama have until Wednesday to pass resolutions in compliance with a new state tax on vaping products. A bill passed in the Alabama legislature this year puts a statewide 10-cent per milliliter charge on vaping products. Instead of
By the way, as a non-vapor, I have no clue as to how this will impact how much it costs to buy a vape.
the state of Alabama taking that money and dispersing it, the city of Mobile can vote to take in the revenue and use it locally.
The city is adopting to pass its own ordinance so that we would have the ability to enforce this ordinance on our own. We would collect the funds. It would not be a pass-through to the state.
Cordell Harris owns 8 Cloud9 vape stores from Mobile to Baldwin County. He says the new tax is extreme.
The issue with their tax is they want to do a 10 cents per milliliter tax. And what that does is it disproportionately burdens people who use lower strength nicotine because those bottles typically are 100 ml bottles. They retail for around $25, whereas people who use higher concentrated nicotine, it comes in smaller bottles. I'm going
to pause the story there just to thank the Lord. I want to thank the Lord for not giving me a taste for nicotine or for tobacco. Thank you, Lord. I'm so glad I didn't get caught up in this and having to decide, am I going to use what strength nicotine do I want and all this kind of stuff. Thank you, Lord.
Face a smaller tax, although the retail value is the same.
Other municipalities can choose to do the same as Mobile and take in that tax money or put an additional city tax on top of the state's tax on vape products. City of Mobile Executive Director of Finance Scott Collins says there's not a clear number on how much revenue this will bring in, but that may not be the point.
Now, before we hear the man, the guy in charge of revenue or whatever his title is, so the point is not to get money off of it? Are you serious when you're telling me this? Are you serious when you're telling me the point of the tax is to not actually collect money off of it? We don't even really know how much it'll bring in. What now? You know, I believe the point of a tax is to collect money.
The broader discussion is going to be the debate about public health versus revenue, understanding that this likely will drive usage down. At least it will put it in such a way that we can make sure adults are making these purchases, that there's a little more ability to keep these as safe as we can for the greater public.
And locally, Spanish Fort, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, to name a few, and other cities will be voting on what to do about this new tax before Wednesday, too.
All right, so but Mobile voted to have it, even though we were just told by the person in charge of finance they don't know how much it'll bring in. And you also heard that this is actually the bigger question is about making sure people don't vape as much or something like that. Now, why? If something, you're telling me that this is not about the money, this is about discouraging vaping, then why is it legal? If you shouldn't do it, why is it legal? No, I think most taxes are about collecting money. I believe that would be, when you get right down to it, it'd be about the money, wouldn't it? Now, they can say it's about our health, but it's about the money. Just want to clear that up. All right, well, so anyway, if you're a vapor, this will go into effect next year. So you can still vape. You can still harm your health and pay less to harm your health moving forward until next year. Again, the telephone number to reach the Uncle Henry Show, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, I told you about Mobile going to the meeting, and Mobile told the city council that Mobile is not happy.
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
Now, why? Well, we'll get to that. Not quite yet. I don't have time to get to that right now because we're coming up on a break. Before we go to break, I thought you might want a dredging update. Langen Park is going to be dredged because we've been told that the quality of life in Mobile is suffering because the lake is too shallow in Langen Park, and thus a lot of government money needs to go to dredge this lake so you can have a higher quality of life. So here's Gina Gregory, Mobile City Councilwoman, giving us an update on dredging at Langen Park, which I know you're very excited about.
Just want to let everybody know that if you have passed by Langen Park and looked toward the lake, you have seen big equipment out there. So we are mobilizing equipment to begin the dredging. More equipment is coming in today. So if you've got any kids that really like to see the heavy machinery and watch them in action, now's the time to get a look at those big pieces of equipment. I know a lot of kids like that.
A lot of kids and simple-minded adults.
We are hoping we can start the actual digging this week. It really kind of depends on a lot of variables, but it is coming, and it is coming very soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of that in action and, of course, the results. In the meantime, be aware that traffic is being rerouted out at the park to make way for all of this equipment and for the work that's being done. But go take a look at it. I'm really excited to see all of this happening.
All right, so those of you near Langen Park, your quality of life, it's about to skyrocket because the lake won't be shallow no more. All right, there is more, yes, more from the city council meeting as the Uncle Henry Show continues after the break.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Still seeing heavy congestion southbound on the Pensacola Bay Bridge, and that is due to an accident. Gulf Breeze Parkway, right near Pensacola Beach Road. Also a reminder that Beale Parkway remains closed from...
I'd like to say hello to Larry Morting. Thank you for looking in. I would like to say hello to the Love Freak 69, possibly the most provocative screen name ever used on the Uncle Henry Show chat programs. Sharon of Fairhope, thank you all for looking in on the program. Now, what did Bama Big Man say? She wants us to barbecue and party to the heavy machinery. Yeah, I guess so. Norman Richardson, hello to you. Oh, I'm missing the news.
Collect any payment over the phone. The Alabama Forestry Commission announcing they're issuing a statewide fire danger advisory. Now, recently, drought conditions across Alabama have gotten worse because of extremely dry conditions. That's been caused by low rainfall totals and high temperatures. Now, for the most part, the entire state is currently experiencing abnormal to severe drought conditions. After decades of use, it's time for the bridge on Dauphin Island to be repaired. That's why the Alabama Department of Transportation is investing more than $30 million to repair concrete and to extend the bridge's life after decades of saltwater damage. The city says it's the biggest project since the original bridge was destroyed by Hurricane Frederick in 1979. Now, with any work, you can expect lane shifts and daily closures. Mayor Jeff Collier says he's asking neighbors and visitors to be patient while work takes place. It should be done by 2029. But Collier says they'll take breaks during major events like the 4th of July, Mardi Gras, and the world-famous Alabama Deep Sea Fishing Rodeo. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeart radio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. Congress looking at a midnight deadline to fund the government or see a partial shutdown. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says if the government runs out of funding, the blame is on the GOP.
Democrats do not want a shutdown. We stand ready to work with Republicans to find a bipartisan compromise, and the ball's in their court.
Democrats are looking to restore over $1 trillion in Medicaid funding, while House Republicans are backing a bill to keep the spending at current levels. The Office of Management and Budget Director Russ Vought on the Fox Business Network says
the takeaway for the American people is that we are on the brink of a government shutdown that is caused entirely by Democrats based on their outrageous demands.
Vought promised mass firing of government employees if the shutdown happens. The deadline midnight Eastern tonight. Vice President J.D. Vance says he does expect the government to shut down. America's listening to Fox News.
Uncle Henry here with YouTube viewers. Thank you for looking in on YouTube. The Sauce Man, yes, the guy on Fox, Mr. Saucy. Now, why do they pick, they've got 1 minute for the headlines. Why would they torture us with Chuck Schumer audio? What is it? Now, why do we even need to hear what Chuck Schumer has to say? You can tell us what he said. Do we need to hear it? All right, let's see. Going to be back on the radio here in a little less than 2 minutes. Let me see if there's anything I can tell you about. What is going on? Looking, I haven't seen a lot of good weird news stories this week. I don't know if the people that collect weird news are on vacation. Let me look. Pardon me. Oh, a woman in the United Kingdom allegedly nearly passed away because she yawned so hard she broke her own neck. They say that the 2 bones in her neck had shot forward into her spine from the force of her yawn. She had to spend 6 months in a wheelchair and had to learn to walk again after she yawned herself into the wheelchair. So if you were hoping for something new to worry about, if you're a hypochondriac, here's something new for you to worry about. Yawning too hard. All right, stand by. Or not.
Really mean. So if you love our service members and our country like I do, fly a flag that honors them and supports American jobs. Visit collinsflags.com today. American made, proudly waved.
It says the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:35. You can also hear me on FM radio. I'm on 95 KSJ Monday through Friday between 10 and 2. Playing today's hottest country. Playing Morgan Wallen, Luke Bryan, and then additional Morgan Wallen. Tomorrow in the 10 o'clock hour, early in the morning for my shift, right after 10 o'clock, I'll have your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to Seward Farms. It's now the time of year that you can go to Seward Farms and go on the hay rides and ride on the cow train, just all the fall fun they have there at Seward Farms. And they've also got a big corn maze. This year, their corn maze is a tribute to country music star Lainey Wilson. It's a Lainey Wilson corn maze. That is all going on at Seward Farms, and tomorrow at about 10:15, I'll have your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to go to Seward Farms, courtesy of 95 KSJ. Now, I've got a lot more from the Mobile City Council meeting, including the city of Mobile showed up.
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
Well, I'll tell you what Mobile had to say, but first I've got a caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Uncle Henry, how you doing?
Snake Trapper, you are live on the radio.
Hey, Uncle Henry, I don't know if Miss Gina Gregory wants kids to be watching when they fire up that dredge, Uncle Henry, because I know it was not going to be a pretty sight when it sucks up one of them 35, 40-pound alligator snapping turtles that I know are in there, Uncle Henry. I caught one as a teenager in that park. People knows that they are a freshwater species turtle and they are protected. And I'm just wondering if they've done any kind of study on the impact that dredging that into that lake is going to have on the alligator snapping turtle.
Well, obviously they haven't, Snake Trapper, because you just heard that she's very excited that the equipment is going in and she's encouraged people to come watch. And because, as we've heard, this is very important to the quality of life in Mobile, we must spend money to make that lake less shallow, or our quality of life will just plummet.
Well, that is exactly what the snapping turtle, the alligator snapping turtle, needs, Uncle Henry. And it's just that one end right there at the dam where the lake has the mud pack. I mean, I think they could dredge the rest of it, but they need to leave that that section alone.
Okay.
I believe if they'd done any kind of studies, they would know that it would halt that project, Uncle Henry, because everybody knows they are a freshwater species, and one way to tell they're in there is because like the lake here at my house, it's overrun with yellow belly, red belly sliders, and the alligator snapping turtle will eat them, and they'll also dig their eggs up and eat them. That's
Really, turtles?
they feed on.
Are you telling me that turtles commit crimes against other turtles?
I don't think it's a crime, Uncle Henry. They like eggs just like we do.
Well, hey, if you're eating my egg, that's a crime.
Yes, sir. Also, Uncle Henry, I seen where you posted a picture on the Snake Trapper page of a copperhead snake. Man, was that thing in your yard?
No, of course not. No, I never knew how good copperheads could be camouflaged. I didn't realize how good their natural camouflage was. I just thought I'd share that picture on your Snake Trapper page because some people have trouble spotting the snake in that picture.
Well, I really appreciate it too, Uncle Henry. And one thing, there are more people bitten by a copperhead that was unaware that there was even a snake around.
Yeah.
They can also wrap around a limb or lay on a stump, and if you don't have a sharp eye of detail, you will not see them. So, also too, this is the time of year. We had 67 degrees last night. It is starting to cool down, so they are definitely starting to get in that feeder frenzy. And what they'll do, they'll actually get on a mouse or a rat trail, and they'll sit there in them leaves or on that branch or whatever and wait for that mouse or rat or whatever will walk right up to them. So, yes, sir, man. Anybody wants to check that snake out, if you don't know there's one there, you won't see it in the picture. And I've seen some, where you had to actually spend time to actually spot the snake in there. Copperheads are the best at that type of camouflage.
All right. You can find Snake Trapper on Facebook. It's 2 words, snake and then trapper.
Well, Uncle Henry, I really appreciate you sharing that with me, brother.
All right. Hey, and Snake Trapper, thank you for the phone call. Good to hear from you.
Yes, sir. You take care, my buddy.
There he goes, the Snake Trapper. All right, so today, Mobile City Council meeting. As I've explained to you, Mobile showed up at the meeting.
This is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy.
All right, so I'm going to let you hear the full comments from Mobile. No, but Mobile's other name is Kathy Odom. And at the beginning of her talk to the council, you'll hear her lay out her case for calling herself Mobile. She lists her credentials, because we could all say that we're Mobile, but she lists her credentials as to why she is Mobile, and then she explains why she ain't happy. So let's listen together.
I'm 76 years old, raised and still live on the family property that was bought by my great-grandparents 85 years ago. I went to Our Lady of Lourdes School, went to Bishop Tulane High School, graduated from the University of South Alabama with a business degree on an academic scholarship, and I worked for a local utility company for 36 years. I am literally old Mobile with humble roots. Graduated, my older son's father graduated with the 2nd class of Mobile Fire Paramedics, Mobile Fire Department. His great-grandfather retired from the Mobile Police Department and then went on and retired from the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. My stepfather retired from Mobile Public Works as a heavy equipment operator. And I am not happy with what has happened in my city, with what's going to happen with my grandchildren and my own children. I ask, where is the transparency and the accountability? We have had $9 million overrun on parking garage, $2 million overrun on the Civic Center demolition, $400,000 on a bronze Jimmy Buffett statue. How can we have drag queen shows in front of the old Catholic Cathedral in Mobile with children in attendance? And how can we still have pornographic and gender grooming books in the children's section and teen section of the Mobile Public Library?
Stick with the overruns and the glitches in the elections.
What, Neil?
Stick with the overruns and the glitches in the elections.
Well, when the city loses $500,000, I guess we'll get in compliance with what our Alabama Public Library Association is asking us to do. So how do we get this accountability and transparency? Some of us have been called liars and racist when we speak up. Some of us have been told that you can't do anything about it. In a true republic, the people vote you out if you don't, we bring new blood when what is right, we want what is right and want answers. Well, this past city election had too many glitches and errors. I feel that my vote and many others' votes did not count. We had some major precinct location changes 2 months prior to the election, which it was supposed to be a 90-day cutoff. Many people showed up at the wrong precincts and were not given provisional ballots. Some tabulators broke down. During the runoff, some people went to a precinct where they voted a month prior and showed up as inactive. Do not tell me that you're sorry or we fixed this or that problem. These irregularities are not acceptable. So when do we, the people, get transparency and accountability? And this is from the heart. I mean, this is me. I am Mobile, and I am not happy. So we need some changes. I want transparency and accountability. So do my children and grandchildren.
All right, so the council then asked one of the finance people to explain what she called cost overruns, and the finance person explained that that they weren't really overruns or something like that. And then C.J. Small asked the assistant city clerk to address the voting irregularities, and the assistant city clerk said that there weren't any, apparently. So, anyway, but I do want to commend Kathy Odom for going to the meeting and airing her concerns. I would encourage her to go more often to the city council meetings. She did have a good resume for caring about Mobile. She explained, you heard her listing out the tremendous investment her family has made, living and working and participating and in serving in the fire department, public works department, all these different departments. So Kathy Odom, please go to more council meetings and please ask more questions. There's more to come, but first, we're taking the break.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Still seeing heavy congestion southbound on the Pensacola Bay Bridge, and that is due to an accident. Gulf Breeze Parkway right near Pensacola Beach Road. Also a reminder that Beale Parkway remains.
YouTube viewers going to be back on the radio here in just a few minutes. Let me see if anybody is still watching on YouTube. Excalibur One Force, thank you for looking. All right, let me see. What can I tell you about YouTube people? Let me look. Got the stupid criminal file up. There were two police officers on horseback in Lubbock, Texas. Officers Bryson Lewis and William Trotter. They were on horseback, and they stopped a man for walking in the road instead of on the sidewalk. And so the man seemed really nervous, and they wanted to break the tension, kind of de-escalate the nervousness. And so one of the officers joked that he was riding on a narcotics smelling horse, that his horse could sniff out narcotics. So the man immediately shot off running. The man believed that one of the horses could detect narcotics. So now if you're running down an alley and you're being chased by somebody on a horse, the horse is probably faster than you are. Now I don't want to insult your speed. You might be really fast. I don't know. I've never watched you run. But generally speaking, the horse is going to catch you. So they caught him. Joseph Ramirez, and I don't know if they found drugs, but he got charged with some stuff. I don't know. Just remember, if you're in this situation, if you, the viewer, are holding a bunch of narcotics, and the police make a joke about their drug-sniffing horse. Horses can't detect drugs yet. They haven't figured that out yet. Now, what else can I tell you about? There's a business called Halloween Express that have looked at all of the different hashtags, keywords, search requests, and they have predicted the most popular upcoming Halloween costumes. They say Stitch from the movie Lilo and Stitch will be a big costume this year. That Minecraft costumes. See, I won't know what any of it is because I don't know what Stitch looks like. I don't know what Minecraft looks like. Super Mario Brothers will be big costumes this year. Sonic the Hedgehog. The witches from the Wicked movie. So in general, just a lot of really stupid costumes. Oh, now Superman is expected to make a comeback as a costume this year because of the Superman movie. I don't know, would a kid want to dress as Superman? Doesn't that invite somebody coming over to try and start something with you if you're wearing a Superman suit? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good costume. People might want to check and see how super you are. What else can I tell you about? Oh, I'm back on the radio here in just a moment.
America. Why haven't you listened to Red Pilled America? I get it. You must have pronouns in your bio. Because if you don't, then you should be listening to Red Pilled America. It's a storytelling show for patriots. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710 WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes from Fox, and then there's more Uncle Henry Show. Now, yes, I got just a little bit more from today's Mobile City Council meeting for you. Now, at the end of the meeting, they do announcements where the council members have an opportunity to run their mouths. This is where Fred Richardson used to make great comments. It was always wonderful because Fred Richardson would give soliloquies, he'd do monologues, he'd teach about who invented toilet paper. It would be all that kind of stuff. Well, today, the mayor-elect, Spiro, was at the city council meeting watching it. And Mobile City Councilman Ben Reynolds was so excited. He was excited that Spiro was there. And so he wanted to give him a shout out. So let's listen together as Councilman Ben Reynolds gets excited and wants to give Spiro a shout out.
President, I want to say thank you to everybody who went out and voted in our most recent election. I take great pride in being the representative of District 4. It's a great honor to me. But it also makes me feel even better that the turnout in District 4 was higher than any other district. And our folks are paying attention, and I really appreciate them going out to vote. I also want to acknowledge that we have Mayor-elect Spiro Cherigatis here in the audience with us. If anybody could stand up and give him a round of applause of congratulations.
Now, here you noted some of the applause not as enthusiastic as other applause.
I know we all look forward to working with you, and we look forward to a smooth transition. I know, based on the conversations I've had, that you will be totally included in that transition plan, and we look forward to continuing the progress that we've made over the years as soon as you walk in the door. So congratulations again. Look forward to working with you.
All right, so a shout out to Mayor-elect Spiro, who was at the meeting. Now, also, in the announcement phase, the city council president, C.J. Small, I think he's saying that there's a party tonight or something. Now, I was not invited to this. I don't know anything about it. Maybe you're invited about it. Maybe I've just missed this. Maybe it's been in Lagniappe and I haven't seen it, but there's some kind of, is there a party tonight? Listen, it is the 40th anniversary of the Zogby Act that created the form of government that we have in Mobile, the city council with the mayor. Used to be a city commission. You remember those days? It was a 3-person city commission, and then the Zogby Act made it a city council with a mayor. Here's what C.J. Small said about this 40th anniversary.
And to the citizens of Mobile, on this evening, the mayor, Sandy Stimpson, and the Mobile City Council, and other previous council members and administration, and we will be celebrating 40 years of the Zogby Act on this evening.
So this is happening this evening. Now, is the public allowed to attend? This is something that would be fun to go to, because if they've got elderly, some of the surviving council members, it'd be nice to see some of these elderly council members.
This year marks the 40th anniversary of the Zogby Act, landmark legislation that transformed the Mobile system of governance. It was enacted in 1985. The act replaced the 3-commissioner form of government with a mayor council structure, ushering in a new era of representative democracy for Mobile. For 4 decades, the mayor council government established by the Zogby Act has provided Mobile citizens with greater voice and accountability in local decision making. This transition represented not just a change in government structure, but a commitment to more responsive and inclusive civic leadership. As we reflect on 40 years under this framework, we honor the vision of those who had championed this reform and recognize the lasting impact the Zogby Act has had on Mobile development, governments, and community life.
Okay. 40. So can the public attend this if they're having some kind of a celebration with the mayor and the council and previous council? Can the public attend? Is this open to the public? Well, I didn't hear anything about it. Are you going and then you didn't tell me? All right, now, so Zogby Act, mayor, council, form of government, city council, and a mayor. Before that, it was a 3-person commission. Here is somebody that does, now, you, of course, heard all of the great things about the Zogby Act, that it allegedly was more inclusive and there's allegedly more transparency, all that kind of stuff. Here's one caller that called me years ago who did not like going from the 3-person commission to the city council.
When they had 3 commissioners, they didn't have half the trouble they have now. When everybody wanted to get rid of them and take these new commissioners on, they just jumping up and down, and they said, boy, this is heaven. But now it's turned into hell with them. They just can't stand it. It's just beyond their imagination, these people that down there in office. And they've got what they wanted, so that's about all I got to say today.
That's right. 40 years later, they got what they wanted. And here we are. Hey, there is more Uncle Henry's Show coming up after the news break.
This is News Radio 710.
Securing America.
The Navy recently christened its newest missile.
YouTube viewers, I'm turning the camera off for the next half hour of the show. I'll be back tomorrow, probably at the regular time on YouTube. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant evening.
It will protect our country, our interests, and our allies from dangers known and unknown the world over.
General Eric Smith is the current commandant of the Marines.
She's designed to avert war, but if called upon, she's designed to win a war.
General Wilson's daughter, Janet Wilson Taylor, helped christen the ship.